That is a giant form of Salamandra fastuosa, and you just watched him dine on a rather large slug. I believe the job is more or less over. I'd wondered, even though this is the giant fastuosa and a good 7-8 inches long, I did doubt whether or not it would handle the one it grabbed, but as you can see from the film, he didn't have much issues. He's a male, by the way. There's another male and 2 females hiding away under the wood. I've just chucked about 10 slugs in there, and I'm sure they'll all smell them and start to appear once I switch this light out. Apologies for the low level light. Trying not to shine it so that I'd disturb him, although I do think I did a couple of points when he went to the corner, but it doesn't seem to have deterred him from finishing off that slug, although where these normally come from is a particularly large type of earthworm, which many believe which is why this particular colony of Salamandra fastuosa have grown and evolved into such large and stocky salamanders. Many of the other colonies nearby all have those continuous stripes on, but are a lot smaller. But where they're found, you don't see the giant earthworms. But where these are found, there just seems to be a peculiar thing going on with nature, where the earthworms seem to be humongous, from stories I'm told anyway. And many believe, as I do, is why this particular fire salamander is such a big one. It's one of the biggest. Short of 3 types found in the sort of Israel area and Turkey, where they get over a foot long. But I've had these at over 8.5 inches. For a fire salamander, that's a good size. Most of the ones you see for sale, the French ones, terrestris, if you see them at all, could be anywhere between 6-7 inches. But these will go 8. It wouldn't surprise me to find them 9 inches or more in the wild. You know, exceptionally sized ones. But, oops, my bike moved. I'm using my mountain bike to rest on to keep the camera still, and it just moved. So I don't know if I can hold the light and zoom in on him a little bit, so you get a better. Take a while for the camera to focus again. Oops. Aha, there we are. They're going to get a bigger home. And there's piles of wood in there and plants that grow, and a pot in the corner hidden by wood. There's plenty of hiding places. They do like hiding places, and they do like to have lots of wood to feel calm at home. You can see I've got plants growing in there, and there's various mosses growing in there as well, and some other bits of wood. And in there with them are 4 marbled newts, and I will do some videos more on these guys, all 4 of them, showing you the males, the females and the differences. I'll do videos on the marbled newts. That's Triturus marmoratus, Latin or scientific names. Plus, to the left over there are some cages with some giant fire-bellied toads, or giant bell toads, which used to be known as Bombina maxima. I think they're Grobina maxima now, a bit of a silly name. And I've had them, they were about a centimetre long, and now they're closing in on inch and 3/4, 2 inches long before long. There's 6 of those I've raised on, so I'll do a video of those. Plus some other bombina, and some parsley frogs and some young alpine newts. There is another little jewel, but I'm not sure I'm going to do a video of him just yet. We'll see. Plus there may be other arrivals. I do have a bit of an eye for amphibians, and I've been around them since I was 4 years of age, and out of all the animals, all the groups and types of animals, these were the things that really got me. The first time I ever fell in love with amphibians was when I climbed up a ladder into my dad's very old and very famous pet shop and found a female marble newt in one tub of water, a male alpine newt in another tub of water, and 4 bombina orientalis, closely followed by discovering a couple of weeks later 4 dendrobates lemani, which I've never seen before and never seen since. And I was only young, I was about 7, and my very famous father, killed by the BBC after being wrongly disgraced on TV, long story, clouted me round the head when I was about 7 years of age because I'd picked up these 4 dendrobates in a tub. Of course, back then we didn't really understand them. What we didn't know was anything that was kept in captivity and bred and raised in captivity with the poison frogs lost their toxicity. So after a while they wasn't that deadly. May not have been the case with the 4 that I picked up, but well, I can't say where they actually originated from, so it's difficult to say, but they were in a tub anyway. And those 4 things, fire salamanders, I discovered some months later when he had some spotted fire salamanders, and Megophrus nasuta, various other things. I do like reptiles, and I also do like fish, which he also used to do, but I just have an affinity with amphibians. They fascinate me, and I'm always trying to work them out. For instance, these guys here, they can smell slugs, and they absolutely love slugs. As you just see, everybody thinks of them as eating worms, but their favourite food is slugs, and they can smell them. And their noses go around like little terriers hunting out rodents, and when they find them they wolf them down. So if you happen to be a gardener and you like things like this, and you don't like using slug pellets, get yourself a bunch of these guys. You won't have many slugs after a few months. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that little informative video.